What's good, people? It's your boy Les and welcome back to the channel. And today we got a pretty interesting video that I'm pretty sure that you guys are really gonna enjoy. But before we jump into the video, all I ask is that you would just do me a favor, and that's, if you did that, I appreciate you. Now let's get it.
There he is.
If you drink coconut water, you might want to check your fridge. Right now, more than 2 million cans of coconut water are being pulled from shelves. The FDA has issued a recall on 12 can cartons of Jarritos coconut water. According to them, a seal on the can could break, and that could lead to contamination with harmful bacteria. The recall is currently in place across 29 states, including Texas. So if you have some in your fridge, they say just throw it out.
Across the U.S., the Food and Drug Administration has ongoing recall for 12 can cartons of Jarritos coconut water. Authorities say the seal on the cans could become compromised and let in harmful bacteria. Wow. The recall is currently in place across 29 states, including Wisconsin. It includes nearly 170,000 cases for a total of more than 2 million cans.
The Food and Drug Administration has an ongoing recall of Jarritos coconut water. The recall is in 29 states and covers 2 million cans.
Wow, that's crazy, man. Let me know, man, if I have any of you guys that's watching, man, because I know for a fact my wife, man, she loves coconut water. Jamaican people in general, man, they love coconut water, man. You know, that's crazy, man. Let's jump into the next one, though.
Hier is het Amerikaanse toilet en dat is interessant. Het is hetzelfde toilet als bij de Russen, maar interessante systemen. Hier achter deze panelen wordt de urine opgevangen en
Wauw. I see what's going on. You can clearly see that the screw dropped, you know? You can clearly see that the screw dropped if they somewhat so-called supposed to be, you know, out of space, you know? Feel me? Let me know, guys. I feel like this is debunked already.
Wordt de urine opgevangen en
Oh, fake.
I just discovered a massive money laundering scheme in California, and it has to do with this: homelessness. Some of you may have seen this headline: $24 billion gone missing. Gavin Newsom, no idea where it is, and this money was supposed to have gone to tackling homelessness. Well, I think I may have just discovered what happened to some of that missing money. Okay, so this is San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria. He's been on quite the rampage in the last couple years, making all kinds of public housing deals. Except when you look into it, none of these projects make any sense. For example, $145 million for 407 units. Here's another one, $150 million, 270 units. This is absolutely bonkers. How is this going to solve anything? I mean, you walk around East Village in San Diego and it looks like a freaking dump. But that's not even the whole thing. It gets even weirder. In all of these public housing projects, there's one investment group that pops up. I just discovered a massive...
Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I was really thrown off, you know, by that glitter nail that I pulled up, that showed up on my screen, man. Let me know, man. I wasn't really paying attention, man. I was just so caught up into the thing, to the painting and that glittery nails. But let me know, man, guys, if you guys were tuned in, man. But what you guys have to say about this, and go ahead and give this video a like for your boy. All right, you be helping your boy out, guys. Let's get it.
I don't remember, but if you went to public school in America in the 1990s, you were 100% tested for psychic ability. The GATE program was the Gifted and Talented Education Program. I was a psychic in the Navy, and the number one question I get when I tell people that is, how did you get that job? Did you just walk in there and ask them for it? And I always have to tell them no, because that is not how it works. I actually got discovered when I was in elementary school at 10 years old through the GATE program. The GATE program was actually run by the CIA, and because they did it in elementary schools, most people assume that they meant gifted and talented, like you may be gifted at reading or talented at math. That's not what they meant, babe. They meant, do you have a gift? Are you talented at psychic ability? First of all, what they were looking for was people to serve in the military, and they were looking for somebody that was good at a specific psychic ability called psychometry, the ability to read the energy of objects. If anybody's followed my page for long enough, somewhere on there is a video that says, I was a psychic in the Navy, but it doesn't work the way you think it works. I actually can feel the energy of mechanical objects, and I can tell you where they're broken. That is what the GATE program was looking for. Does anybody remember these cards? The cards with the pictures on the back. And one person would hold it up, and you were supposed to be able to visualize or see if you could visualize the picture on the other side of the card. You were not supposed to be guessing. You were trying to see if you could actually feel or tell what was on the other side of the card, either through a physical feeling, a vision in your head, or just something, right? But you were not supposed to be guessing. They would say specifically the word visualize on purpose because they did not want you to guess. They don't remember.
Hey, man. I don't know, bruh. You know, when I was in school, man, they tested us for a whole lot of things, man. You know, and I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know about psychic abilities, but then again, who knows? You know, probably. You know, all those tests that they ran, you know, you have to look at the card and make a whatever image that come to mind. What does it look like? You know, these are some of the tests that I can recall, you know, being tested for. But I don't know. You guys share your thoughts down in the comments. Let me know, guys, you know, if you guys, you know, ever been tested for psychic abilities. All right, let me know, man. Like I said, guys, go ahead and give this video a like for your boy, man. All right, let's get it.
Did you know that there was a large-scale massacre against black soldiers here in the U.S. during World War II? In 1940, 8,000 construction workers built Camp Claiborne, a massive military complex in Louisiana. The camp was a boomtown, once home to 500,000 people. While the U.S. prepared men to fight abroad, for many black soldiers, the fight began at home. On January 10, 1942, barely a month after the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, black soldiers visited Alexandria, the closest city. Some 3,000 black Americans were enjoying Lee Street, named after Robert E. Lee, in an area dubbed Little Harlem. Chaos ensued when a white woman accused a black soldier of walking in front of her car. A white MP then fired at a black soldier. Many black soldiers started protesting because of this incident. Black soldiers were unarmed because they were not allowed to leave the camp with weapons. White soldiers and local police had an arsenal and began firing indiscriminately at black soldiers and civilians. They even deployed tear gas. Although black soldiers were the victims, military commanders blamed them and exonerated white officers. No one was ever arrested. Local newspapers praised the military. One newspaper claimed that no one died and highlighted that a white state trooper suffered a hand injury while attacking a black soldier. Although the military said no one was killed, multiple eyewitnesses confirm otherwise. The Afro-American, a black-owned newspaper, launched its own investigation and confirmed deaths that were corroborated by white officers. The entire area was quickly cordoned off, and Alexandria became off-limits to black soldiers. Lee Street and Little Harlem would never regain its former status. The history was kept alive by the Buffalo Soldiers Motorcycle Club, one of the largest black biker organizations in the country. They place a wreath every Memorial Day to honor the victims. And this history is still being unraveled. Dr. William Simpson, a local historian, received an extremely detailed anonymous letter with the location of a mass grave. Excavation of the site is now underway. The military has never acknowledged the massacre. Camp Claiborne was deserted in 1946, the Ritz Theater was demolished, and Lee Street remains neglected. There isn't even a Wikipedia page for this massacre. One survivor summed it up this way: whenever anybody says, remember Pearl Harbor, I will say, remember Lee Street. Did you know?
Wow. Honestly, guys, I was not aware about this Lee Street massacre, man. Wow, that comes to show you, man, what really, you know, it's a lot of things that took place in history, you know, and I was not aware of this, you know what I'm saying? So thank God for TikTok. You know what I'm saying? TikTok have put your boy up on a lot of game out here, man. And like I've always tell you guys, man, like, hey, there's a lot of things that's hidden from us that we do not know. And but if you guys are familiar with this, if you guys are aware of this, you know, this massacre, man, in Lee Street, go ahead and put it down in the comments. Let me know, guys. All right, and go ahead and, like I said, and give this video a like for your boy. All right, let's get it.
People like to look at me and go, oh, it's her gene pool that I'm not aging at the rate other people are, or, oh, she's a woman of color, they don't age at the same rate. But the reality is, my mom died at 48, my grandmother died at 50, and my great-grandmother died at 60. So at 65, I broke the chain. And it was through my plant-based diet and cleansing and detoxing. Cooked foods, animal foods are extremely acidic to the body. The acid is what's literally eating the body up inside out. So finding that pH balance of acid alkaline, getting in raw living foods, because God created us as living beings. We have living cells, and you need living food to sustain it. Like begets like. Dead food, you look and feel dead. Live food, and you look and feel alive. What's my definition of sexy? No, I'm just joking. Because I have
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, man. She look good for 65, though. Real talk.
to say, I made a little joke about myself, but I tell people I do this for health, but I do it for vanity as much as health, because the outside is a visual of what's going on internally. Even every line on our face is telling us what's going on. The lines that women get across their forehead, and men, that's excessive mucus in the digestive tract. The lines that we get under our eyes, those are your adrenals and your kidneys. So visually finding your own perfection away from toxicity. I think that's a beautiful form of being sexy, being attractive, being part of nature. That if you don't take care of this, the most magnificent machine you'll ever be given, where are you going to live?
The truth is hidden in a plain sight. We are one with the nature. If you want to know more about the herbs from our creators,
Wow. Hey, it's a lot that was said, man. Like I said, for a 65-year-old, man, she looked hella good. And one thing I can honestly add to is that, she gave a lot of praise, to her plant-based diet. Everything have their place. The plant-based diet, yes, is good and all that too, man. But hey, man, your boy, I like my chicken. I love my chicken, man. But all praise and honor, belong to our, Heavenly Father. He's the one that give us everything. He's the one that give us health and all that. So, that's what I would really, place my faith in our, in my God and my Creator, not in the food that I eat. Because God is our provider. He's the one that provide that meal that you're about to eat. He the one that give you, if you're a vegan, if you're a vegetarian, he's the one that give you the ability to go ahead and farm the land, and give you strength and all that to do all that. So that's just my take on it, man. Give God praise for for all glory and honor belong to him. And I take nothing away from this lady, man. She looks hella good for 65 years old. But guys, this coming to an end to the video. But if you made it this point to this video, hey, like I said, guys, go ahead and give this video a like. You'll be helping your boy out, guys. You know what I'm saying? But if you made it to this point, guys, consider subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like. You'll be doing me a favor, and at the same time, you'll be helping me out. And if you haven't already, hit that notification for your boy, man. And if you got me, I always like to leave you with peace, love, and God bless. Love you guys, and Jesus love you best. Jesus is Lord, and let's get it.